But for the most part, is when he gets to team fights late game, that's when we'll maybe see him come out, like as a traditional hunter to an extent.
Yeah, and we can really see that in, I think, the epitome of those, in my opinion, are Confrey in Europe, and in North America, it's Allied. Those are the players that are like, we're not really going to take lane fights. It's not that we, even if they could, whether they can or not take them, they just know that they're going to perform better in team fights. Game 2 coming up, though. Cognitive Gaming, they were able to take Game 1. Denial Esports, first pick this time, and Janus taken away immediately.
Well, the most interesting things for me about that game, that actually ties these two teams up right now in terms of win-loss ratios. They are both now sat at 3 wins and 6 losses with this game to go. So the winner of this one will overtake the other one today for sure and stay ahead of them, at least for the time being.
So we could potentially see a new wall first pick here just based off these first 2 bans. Janus gets taken out, and then Isis immediately. That leaves Macetodaface, really the only god he's been playing outside of those 2, has been New Wah. Denial Esports also electing to take out, or basically taking out Aror there.
Well, it's a respect ban to Aror, but that does leave Sylvanus up, which we could see Shadowq go to default to this god again now. It was picked up last game for him, didn't work out, but he was against the Ares. It was very effective from Aror. It's one of the things we always talk about Aror for in the support role. Has a very deep, crazy kind of god pool because he will run some things that are unusual in there.
Meerkat going to be taken away from djpernicus. That's going to be going to Shing. And so Denial Esports not electing to grab New Wall. We could actually see Cog pick it up.
With Meerkat getting through, though, we had to see Denial pick that one up. We've not seen Shing on it much this season, if at all, but we have seen a lot of it out of Pernicus. It is one of his go-to gods there. And Cabom, well, he's going to default here to Medusa as his choice.
The Medusa here being picked up early, something I'm really interested in, but you do take a look at BronxBombers games. I mean, he's played 5 games on Medusa. This has been his best god so far this split. Ao Kuang, I forgot that he is in this game.
Did you?
Well, really, it's kind of like he has been banned. This is the first North American game that Ao Kuang has been banned.
I wish he wasn't in the game.
This is the first. I'm pretty sure. Like, he was banned every single game in North America outside of this one.
Every game. This is the first game that he's got through between any of the teams.
He got locked in. I'm like, oh, I've never seen his card.
Well,
I haven't seen his card in 4 weeks.
EU picked him.
Yeah, no one. I don't know why.
Go on, say it.
No,
say
EU
say it.
didn't pick him or ban him for like 3 games, and I don't understand. Agni, Bellona locked in for Denial Esports. Mid is going to be played. Agni going to be played by Macetodaface. Bellona once again going.
Yeah, I'm going to rub you in.
Going to Whalrus. Another shot at Meerkat, but Guan, you still.
Here's the funny thing: Meerkat first phase picked. Ao Kuang gets through for second pick. Then Bellona's not even picked up. She gets picked the other way. Then Guan, you're in response to that. This one has been thick and fast already. And these compositions, well, let's be fair. You don't see much Ao Kuang get through. You don't see much Bellona and Meerkat get through these days. But maybe the patch has changed a few things up.
And that's the thing, too. Ao Kuang did receive a nerf this patch, so he's still incredibly strong. The scaling dropped on his 3 by 10% Wildstorm, as well as the cooldown. One of the most powerful things about that ability was that it was a 5-second cooldown with no cooldown reduction. I mean, it was up every other second, basically, in team fights. And now with it's extended to 7 seconds, a lot less damage coming out from Ao Kuang. He still has his instant burst potential, though.
Still has the potential for the mobility around the map, still hard to pin down. And look at that Aror ban, because that's one of the ones that I expect to see more often than not coming out from teams. Aror will probably be a fixture of potential picks and bans just because he's an anti-healer that can really lock down a team.
Is this them looking at an Isis? Or not an Isis, excuse me, a Hell, potentially, in solo?
Hell, Ra. Both of those, could be available.
Aphrodite as well.
Sylvanus. See, I like the Sylvanus pick immediately from Cognitive there. They've still not drafted the support yet. And I think it's wise to take that one now, knowing that Alposh isn't there, first of all. And it's over to Denial for what they want to do. They could potentially look for Odin here, which I wouldn't mind as a pick against this team.
It also, yeah, it locks down 3 of their players, Guan, Sylvanus, and Medusa. Ao Kuang will be able to blink out of the Odin ring. Hu Yi going to be taken, though. That's going to be going to BronxBombers, a god with really heavy duel potential. The big secret here, though, that not a lot of people understand, or not a lot of people realize, is that what Hu Yi's job is in this game is to throw his mark on Ao Kuang every team fight. They're going to be able to not only keep track of him, but also able to chase him through stealth. And like you said, the Odin, smart pickup.
Didn't even cheat. didn't even cheat. I was just like, that's a good position for Odin. Odin does have 100% reduced healing when people are inside his ring, so that will affect Guan Yu, and it will also affect Sylvanus. On top of that, Guan Yu can't escape, Sylvanus can't escape, Medusa can't escape, only Ao Quan can. But going back to what you were saying now, yes, Ho Yi, if he can get the Mark of the Crow onto a target, yes, like how useful will that be just to keep hold? But only he is able to see the marked target, just to be clear. His teammates won't be able to follow Ao Quan through illusion. Only he will. But
he's the idea is you're able to track him. Like that's Bronx's job, is make sure that Ao Quan can't just come through the back of a team fight and make big plays. It's about shutting him down and making your team aware more than anything. Last pick gonna be Scylla, and this has been one of best fall 2 gods when most of the other mids are taken out.
On top of that, it's one of the only mid gods that has any sort of escape from the Odin ring. This is the only one I believe that it has escape.
I'm trying to think here.
New War technically can take to the sky for a second or two inside it, but Scylla's one of the only ones with an escape ability from the ring.
You could go Combat Blink on Hebo.
Other than Combat Blink.
You can go Combat Blink on Hebo.
We saw Combat Blink on Anubis.
That's true. Didn't work out too well.
Nope. That's why we don't see people go against Odin. Anyway, Odin will be picked up by Shadowq. I wasn't surprised to see that when we saw this composition come out from the boys of Cognitive. But maybe we'll see Denial look for some early aggression here. Shing is in the jungle putting down some early wards, actually on top of the speed.
Very aggressive wards.
To find out what's going on.
I'm pretty sure they want to invade here. They have one not only on the speed, but also in this little corner there. Yeah, you could see.
I think they should. I mean, it's against Guan and it's against
Ao Quan. It's about shutting down the Ao Quan early.
If Televisol gets taken by Meerkat and he uses it early, then Shing and Whalrus definitely have kill potential onto the Ao Quan. They'll be looking for the Ao Quan more than anything. They'll probably try and ignore Meerkat in this and just look for the pick onto him. And I'm pretty sure Cognitive should be aware that that could be an issue because they should be looking for this.
Whalrus going to be walking right at Meerkat, and I think Meerkat's going to smell it. The second he saw Whalrus, he knew, and you could see Cog's positioning. They are not looking forward to this. Cog, they know what's happening. Denial, they're going to secure this mid-camp and likely head right over to the enemy blue buff.
I don't know if they'll go for the blue, though. It looks like they're backing away towards their own side of the jungle. They're just going to take that first set of Harpies to begin with and just give them a slight lead.
I'm surprised they warded that deep then.
I mean, you can actually see what starts happening as well, I guess, and just see what items they picked up too. Because for me, Denial early on, Whalrus had a whale of a time in that lane. Did you get it? Whale, Whalrus?
I got it.
I got it. But I don't know why I laughed. Anyway, solo lane. We actually saw Bellona had a really good time in that lane. Really dominated early over Meerkat, and then it was up to Cognitive that put the pressure back onto him with the global rotations. This time around, though, I think Whalrus will be ready for that one, and it will not be as easy to get Meerkat that sort of lead that he had.
Shadowq super low in this lane. Aror and Cabom doing a great job of pushing him back. And Odin, he's the one who really wants to be the earlier aggressor.
Here's
but
the issue.
He's paired with the Hu Yi.
Well, he went Bluestone Pendant early on as well, and he's got less health based off that. Took a lot of poke early on in that lane, and now he's going to play passively until he gets the sustain back up from his health pots.
And you can see he's only down to 1 already, and it's likely that Aror and Cabom, their clear is just really too strong. And while Odin's clear is powerful, you could see, like you said, not a lot of health. He jumps in, and Cog immediately go on him, forcing him out.
Denial's duo lane are not there to fight in the duo, honestly. They're there to get to the mid-late game where they're going to be much more effective. Both these gods can be a little bit more useful there. Odin's been picked to do reduce the healing of the enemy team, trap them inside so the team can really go to town on them. Meanwhile, Ho Yi, his laning phase, not the strongest in terms of damage. And here's the bullying going on once again. This time, Meerkat, you will not survive. Whalrus made sure the mistake he made of letting him live last time won't happen here.
Nice juke there, Aurora not able to find the pull. Probably would have landed on Bronx, but yeah, that gank there, or not the gank there, just the shutdown. We saw what happened last time. Whalrus controlled the lane on Meerkat, not able to find the kill. A little bit later, Whalrus gets ganked, and then he loses all control of the lane. This time, a solo kill is super important.
I'm surprised
500 gold swing.
Surprised we saw Meerkat get himself in that spot, though, because like he was in that spot last game in the same matchup. And to go back to lane, same items, and still potentially get yourself caught like that and end up giving up first blood, it's unfortunate. And this time around, well, he's not got the credit of the reinforcements arriving in time, and he didn't get as lucky with surviving.
What I like here is how fast Whalrus has responded after game 1. Not only did he find the first blood or was able to secure it this time, he also picked up beats. Gank coming in on the left side, Shing's 5, yes. Aror nowhere to go.
That's what you're looking to do to the Sylvanus full all-in wombo combo. And that's one of the things, Odin versus Sylvanus. Odin definitely has the upper hand in that matchup, has the equal amounts of wave clear, if not a little bit better nowadays. They've really good gank once again coming out from Shing.
Yeah, it took Denial nearly 30 minutes to find 2 kills in game 1. Able to secure it in under 3 for game 2. So a much better start for them. especially against Cognitive Gaming, who have this Ao Kuang that can get out of hand if you're not careful.
Well, djpernicus in the jungle on that, just looking to farm up for the time being, wants to get his items online. Hasn't been back to base yet, so we've not seen his boots come online. He's just taking the trip back there now. As the right and Harpies, well, the reason, when they were started at the beginning of the game, they now have the spawn timer on them now, which means they can set this potentially up for going mid Harpies into jungle invades every time.
Whalrus is going to bait this. He's going to actually appear in the lane here and act like Shing isn't there, but I'm pretty sure Meerkat smells it out. Yeah, you saw Meerkat looking directly at there.
But yeah, he used his dash and had cavalry charge, so they're going to back away. And immediately, the rotation from the Boys of Denial going to be for this blue buff. djpernicus on the way, but so is Shadowq, so don't get caught out here, boys.
Meerkat, he's going to be locked in. Even if he courses right now, he's not going to be going anywhere. DJ, he's rotated in, but not going to have the damage. Odin Ring falls. DJ just going to have to back up and farm, and a nice gank once again coming out from Denial.
It was good play from Denial, honestly. They realized the potential to put pressure on that solo lane after putting Meerkat down. They would like to steal away the blue buff, but taking the kill will be good enough for the time being. Keep the pressure onto Meerkat. Don't let him get as big as last game. He got MVP for that as well, did he not? Yeah,
he got MVP, and I mean, they couldn't control him. He got that early first blood off the gank and then was in every single team fight, and he was just so much more effective than Whalrus. It looks like the other end of the spectrum for him right now, 0 and 2 start. And while his map awareness has been fantastic, he smelled the gank coming. He still wanted to defend his blue buff, and something it looks like he just overcommitted to with Shadowq.
At least as playing Guan Yu here, he's not going to have too much of a bad time to transition to a full tank for the team later on. We'll provide CC, we'll provide sustain, we'll provide protection shred, and be a nuisance in team fights. So even though he's behind, the game is not completely over for Cognitive yet. Most of the pressure been onto him so far, except for the kill over in the duo lane as well, which we did see Ho Yi get that kill, which has escalated him to get his Devour's Gauntlet stacked.
Yep, and you could see him. You can see him start to stack that up here soon. And Medusa gone for the boots, likely into the Soul Leader after that, but not enough gold in hand right now to start that up.
Cabom really seems to like this Bluestone Pendant at the beginning of the game. He went for it on the Neith earlier on. This time around, picking it up on the Medusa. Obviously, the Acid Spray, well, it's an ability, so if it does connect, it will deal a little bit of poke damage on top of the Acid Spray damage too. So it's not bad poke potential, but it will slow down Medusa's build in terms of stacking items. And, you know, we see a lot of Transcendence on her so she can spam her abilities a little bit more often.
Yeah, that's what we see, and now he's still trying to spam his abilities because he has Bluestone. He wants to get the proc, but he doesn't have the mana per 5 we typically see. Pern, he's actually going to rotate over, but they're looking to shut down Cabom. Cabom nowhere to go, going to take a lot of damage. Ratatoskr coming through. Aror trying to keep him alive, and it's going to be for a little bit, but Bronx going to find the kill.
Nice pull coming out, though, from Aror in response. They might be able to find Shadowq here. The rotation from Pernicus should be good. Not going to use the ultimate to disengage Shing, though. Might be able to find Pernicus in response now. He's not got an illusion yet, but a big root from Aror will save his jungler's life from potential death.
And you could see the best there waiting at that tier 1 tower, something Shing and Mace probably didn't want to commit too hard to. And Best, he got poked out trying to rotate. Mace, he wasn't going to be able to make it in time or faster than the Best, so instead he just full committed onto the Best, forced him to make sure that he has to back out of the fight, doesn't allow him to make an impact.
On paper, that was a good play for Denial. I mean, they traded a Hunter for their support. The problem is, though, the kill on the support went over to djpernicus on this hyper carry Ao Kuang, and that's something you don't want to necessarily do because it will accelerate his build, and you could potentially be looking for gold. Nah, they changed their mind.
Not this time. Not this early, Hindu man. A little bit too risky. Shadowq actually looking to catch out the Best, and right now Shadowq, with that blink online, you're going to start to see him roam a lot more. It's going to be coming up in 15 seconds, and I expect him to be either in Meerkat's lane or in Cabom's lane, looking to ult them on cooldown and shut them down. You can see that, even though it was an extended fight, he couldn't go anywhere.
In the jungle, got to be careful about getting caught out in the jungle too, because they could just ring him in the jungle, and he's stuck there too then as well. So those three got to the potential targets to really pick up the kill onto. You saw when he went onto Cabom there, Cabom tried to instantly respond with the lacerate, but it was just not quick enough.
Best, he's actually going to get caught out here. I don't think there's anywhere he's going. Mace to the face, going to secure that kill with the dot.
This is what I love about this composition is like, okay, Shing, your focus for this game is pick up Scylla. Because I pick up Scylla and fight Ao Kuang because we can't trap him in a ring.
Yeah, but look at these actives coming up from Cognitive Gaming. TheBest just picked up beads. They had 1 beads and a blink. Meanwhile, Denial, almost every single player already grabbed their first 2 actives. I mean, this could just be the early gold lead that Denial has gained, but you need to be wary.
This is the early gold lead.
And you have to.
They've all been involved in kills.
Actives.
They've all been involved in kills, and these early actives are really going to help them out for getting out of tough situations. It's still only 8 minutes in, so I can give them a little bit of credit for not having him online yet. Like, naturally, Aror's going to really want to get his boots online before he can get the blink necessarily, unless he's already started with it. And the same really for djpernicus, who's trying to rush his build, but it means it will fall behind a little bit if they get caught.
Meerkat trying to defend his blue. Whalrus and Shing rotating over. Whalrus, he's not likely to fall anytime soon.
Big win because Meerkat's out of mana here as well.
Mace.
And if the rotation coming in from Macetodaface and potentially even Shadowq later on, they're going to have to give up the blue buff here because Whalrus and Mace can start this, and even Shing's still hanging around with Shadow on the way. Denial should steal away the blue here, and I don't think Cognitive can really contest.
They're going to lock Shadow or Aror in here likely, but Aror being very aggressive 1 versus 3. Meerkat's here. Whalrus, he actually jumps to the sky, but he needs to be careful. Mace takes out Aror, and it looks like Cog, they're just trying to get out for now. Can DJ get to execute off in time? He does!
He gets 1, but can he actually find another one? Maybe onto Shing is the play. No, he will get away before the damage comes out. Blink in, but the ring does not pin in Pernicus, who uses the illusion away. If Pern sees that Shing was behind and there could be trouble, throws him away into the stun, into the damage, and the burn ticks down the dragon.
Shadowq going to keep the rest at bay, and that's going to be a 2-for-1. Actually, a 1-for-1. Going to be a trade out there, but we actually saw the Alquang nerf take place. We saw Alquang drop a kill because of it. djpernicus landed down. You could see he wanted to Wildstorm Shing, but it wasn't up. It's on a 7-second cooldown instead of a 5-second cooldown. If that nerf hadn't gone through, that would have been 2 kills for DJ, and likely he probably wouldn't have fallen.
Well, not only that as well, is the funny thing about that fight is Pernicus was running for his life in illusion. If he would have realized how close he was to Shing, he could have probably killed Shing there before Shing got his ultimate off. Shing was on that lower HP, but as soon as he turned the corner back from the speed buff, instantly responded by Shing with the ultimate to save his own life and pick up DJ.
Whalrus here in the solo lane. He's the one in the lead now. It's not in Meerkat's favor. He's got rank 2 of that mystical mail. You can see both these solo laners starting to work on it, continuing to battle back and forth.
Still not sure.
It's a poke war.
I'm still not sure if he's worth going mystical mail on Bellona against the Guan Yu now after the changes to Guan. Maybe seeing the Mid-Guardian would be a little bit better, I suggest, to make himself tankier. But left hand side, we're going to see Bronx a little bit caught out of position in here, but jumps into the jungle. His teammates were there for support if they needed to.
That was just a really nice pull from Aror. I mean, through the wall. I don't think he even had ward vision. Yeah, I mean, he did not have ward vision on Bronx. He just heard him over the wall and was able to pull him through there. They didn't have the damage to lock him down, or at the very least, they didn't have the abilities to full commit on him, but a nice little pluck there. Denial leading 7-2 in kills. Shing just trying to secure buffs, but more aggression by Shadowq into this jungle.
Going to potentially change my mind there about, Whalrus picking up a mystical mail. It may not be good against Guan Yu, but what it will do is shut down the illusions coming out of Alquang as well. The tick damage does go up when he's around him. He does bring him out of stealth, so maybe it makes sense in that shape, but
I think it is. I mean, that's one of Alquang's biggest things is his water illusion, able to just come in and out of team fights. However, like you said, when he takes damage, he's going to get pulled out of it. Shut down the Alquang.
I mean, Circuit, poison damage, agony, dot damage as well, thanks to the passive available to him. So quite a lot of potential. And then even when he gets over near Bronx, he's going to have to deal with the Mark of the Crow, which can reveal him as stealth.
It's going to be a rough game for DJ. It's going to be hard for him, at least in these mid-game team fights.
He's gone 2-1, so he's done a good job, picked up both kills for his team. That's the god that you really want to get him on as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's still sitting at, it looks like, about 800 gold behind Shing. Shing right now farming very efficiently.
They're looking for this purple here, but he's currently down at the moment. I think Shadowq is thinking about making a play here. Don't know if they know where Shadowq is right now. He's hanging on the edge, and if he actually does blink
They don't. I don't think he does.
He could go aggressive. There's not a whole lot they can do. Well, Aror can only really watch here. As a good Petrify comes out from Cabom, the burst damage from the Suns. It's just too much.
And this is what Odin does. Locks people in place. Bronx, he's actually going to be slowed down here. They thought the rotation was coming through, but it's not going to be in there in time. And Aror, he's going to have to back out of there.
Aror did what he could there. He was hoping for his teammates to come in for the rotation, but the boys at Denial did the work in the jungle. The call was made for them to do the gank, so the jungler and the mid laner both got themselves in a position to stop the rotation.
And Mace has done a great job. I mean, Mace has done a great job of that. Anytime that TheBest or DJ have wanted to rotate over and try and help out the team, they've slowed them down, if not completely locked them down.
This is like a complete polar opposite of what we saw game 1 out of Denial and Cognitive. It was Cognitive the ones that were like precisely picking apart Denial, and now Denial are doing the same thing in response to Cog.
Yeah, no major team fights yet. Kind of just, you know, the biggest one we saw was Denial being very aggressive, trying to secure that blue buff, and Cognitive Gaming rotating in kind, but it wasn't any, like, Gold Fury fight, and I do think that that's going to be the next point of contention here very soon. I mean, I think both teams are kind of at that point where if they can find a pick, they want to force gold, and more importantly, you take a look, you have Odin Ring. It's going to be really easy to lock out so many of these players. Only the best with I'm a Monster is going to be able to effectively contest it.
Effectively contest it is the key there. Unless you're going to be using blinks or engagement tools, you might put you in a rough position.
You don't want to
double stun from Mason mid lane there. Going to catch on to 2. Shadowq not exactly in full position and to blink over. He was looking for it. Couldn't find his Meerkat. Going to trade out with Whalrus there. That fight's going to go nowhere. Well, at least till the Dragon King shows up, because now they're feeling like a bit of a fight.
And I like that. We actually see Meerkat. He's going to stop it early. The beat's going to keep Whalrus alive for half a second, and DJ
good
fight.
Go
back out of there.
Good fight from the boys of Cognitive, though, there. You could actually see Pernicus hold on to the illusion until the Eagles rally came out to continue the chase, but well aware of it was Whalrus and gets the disengage happening. Meanwhile, though, Denial abused the advantage of a man to take purple buff. In response, however, DJ's taking their blue.
But look at it. He's still over there in that right side lane in Denial. They're going to be starting up Gold Fury. The best is here. Aror is here as well. Cabom, though, he's farming lane. It doesn't look like Denial wants to full commit to this. They're trading it back and forth. It's not getting low fast enough. Shing going to come in. He's going to be playing zone, trying to lock down Aror. And Denial, they're looking for the fight now.
Big Wrath of Terror hits 4 members of the team as well, forcing them all away. Gold Fury stays alive as over the wall jumps Whalrus as well. The tier 1 tower on the right force, and the fight washes. And in the end, Cognitive do a good job of defending there, to be fair.
They do a fantastic job.
They get a gold, so they get a free tier 1 tower as well, based off that, just to close the gold gap a little bit. But at the same time, it's still not enough to pull back the lead.
Yeah, Denial wanted to get a free Gold Fury. They didn't want a full commit to trying to do a huge engagement there. And the back off was, I think, a smart decision, because by the time that they committed to it or started to get serious damage on it, we saw Cog rotate in position effectively here. Gold still up, though, and right now ward coverage has been in favor of Denial. I mean, they've been really controlling the vision on the map. If we can actually take a look at wards placed so far, I think we're going to see Shadowq pretty high. He's typically a player who likes to get vision early and make sure he keeps control of it.
Can we see the wards play so far, please, Zayden, on the screen, and see if we can see any differences there? No? Oh, he's not as high up as you expected. Shing
has been the one placing those wards.
Shing lent a ward?
No, I've been saying that for all of Season 2. I keep saying it, though. I mean, he's placed 10 wards already. But that's the thing about Serket, really, is this big gold jump that you need from Jotuns to Deathbringer. It takes so long. Deathbringer is so expensive that if you're investing into wards, it doesn't matter, because the chance that you're going to get Deathbringer online for these really important mid-game team fights isn't that high. Instead, invest in vision and make sure you can find the important picks you need so you can get the Gold Furies.
They're looking for a pick there. To the right-hand side, they were trying to go into Meerkat. Didn't really find anything.
Left side, though.
Left side, though, the trade.
Look at that mark of the crow.
Going to be able to keep an eye on him when he jumps out of stealth. Good illusion away, though, from DJ. Didn't take too much poke back. But the boys of Denial are swinging round. They might pick Aror here.
They want to pick Aror, but they don't want to commit all of their abilities to it. They know that if they burn all of their ultimates, they can't take gold off of it. They want to take a team fight. They don't want to spend everything to just get a pick. Meerkat, he's rotated in as well. But look at him. He's just going to be able to heal all that up with his conviction.
A really safe situation for Denial to try and stop the Gold Fury here, but Cognitive, they're going to engage Wrath of Terror. Cavalry charges online, stunning them on the backside, jumps away though, does Ho Yi, and Shing takes a lot of poke pressure there, has to leave the fight as Meerkat does pick up Macetodaface. He's getting very low though for the burst of Bronx, who picks up the kill onto DJ.
Whalrus, he's pretty big right now. I'm a Monster, almost doing nothing to Whalrus. The protections coming out from Eagles Rally, way too much. One player down so far for Denial, one for Cognitive Gaming, and Meerkat's so poked out. Cog, it looks like they want to commit to this, but this is super risky. Bronx, big play over the wall, finds Meerkat. Shadowq, he's back in the fight. He's trying to lock down the best. The best has nothing to get out. Bronx not going to be able to go through, though. Aurora doing a fantastic job of body blocking.
And maybe they can go for the Gold Fury off this too. Shing can go into zone injury. Odin can tank this up for him as Bronx does all the work. Cabom may have to swing around here. No, he's doing the purple buff.
Cog are giving it up.
Doing it.
Yeah, Cog are going to give this up.
Do they know?
They have to know. They have to now.
The way Shing was pacing, they realized they couldn't do anything else against that. Denial extend their goal leads. With that, let's have a look at the graphs and see where it jumps to.
2,600 gold, so not a big difference, but the 6,300 experience is what I'm really looking at. Shing, 2 levels up on his opponent, 1 level on the mid. Shadowq also a level up, and then BronxBombers right now, level 17 to Cabom's 15. That's the big difference right now, is looking at the levels.
There's been a couple more kills in this game because we were at 30 minutes last time and we saw 11 kills so far, but 13 in this game. And to be fair, even though Denial do have a lead here, it's still not over. Cognitive is still showing like they've got fight in them in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that fight and really break it down, there was one important fight off to the side, and that was djpernicus versus Shing. Speaking of DJ, though, no, I don't think they're going to be able to full commit to Whalrus.
Meerkat say, actually, no, with Shing coming in, they can full commit onto the dragon himself.
He's
the
gone.
Poison should be enough. It will spread to Meerkat, who has to use the horse to get away for now. Won't be able to follow up on that one at all. Really good initiation from Shing.
Yeah, and he got the better end of that stick. And right now, BronxBombers with his advantage, pressuring this tier 1 on left. We do see Aror rotating in. I don't know if it's going to be in time to lock anything down. And you can see Bronx, he's going to smell it out and run straight back to his tower.
He'll be out in there in time. Bronx doing good work on this OE though. 4-0-1. Level 17, 2-level lead over Cabom. Has execution to finish. Pretty much the old standard build of last split coming out here from OE.
Best able to steal away one of those mid-harpies there. And this battle right now, jungler versus jungler, is going to be very important, not only in the picks, but also in the team fights, because in the Gold Fury fight, DJ actually got the better of Shing. He got him into execute range. Shing was forced out, but then DJ dove so deep and the rest of his team wasn't in position to support him. DJ actually falls, even though he had won the fight to begin with, and forced Shing out.
When I was sat waiting for the next opportunity for the teams, active-wise, we can see Odin has started off that crippling curse and the blink that he's had all game long. Shadowq hasn't really changed things up from there. Got the sovereignty online, working on the amulet so far. To be fair, I think this is, for me, the Odin pick here has been the big difference in game 1 to game 2.
It's been huge.
Is that based off picks as well, though? Because like the picks were different in game 1 as well. They're probably a little bit more mobility. Sorry, a little bit less escapability inside of Cognitive.
And you take a look, right? The Odin has such a good matchup against a lot of the COG roster, able to reduce the healing from Meerkat and Aror, as well as lock them in. I mean, they actually have no way to get out unless somehow Aror isn't put in combat and can blink out beforehand. But I mean, Guan Yu, he's stuck in there. He is stuck in that ring.
Well,
when
technically
happens.
he could teleport. Right?
Yeah, I'm expecting them to have some form of CC. If Meerkat's able to teleport out of an Odin ring in the middle of a team fight, I will be more than astounded.
Well, I don't expect to see Meerkat die more than he has already. He's 1-3, but he's very tanky right about now with that shell finish too. So in these engagements, we could see what happened when they engaged the Gold Fury Cognitive. They chased in deep, and Meerkat led that charge, as you'd expect, with someone with a horse.
Big group up on this Gold Fury.
Oh,
Gold Fury not up, and Pern, yeah, he's going to get knocked up at Aror, playing the defensive, but he's caught alone. Meanwhile, Shing blinking on the back on Cabom. It's just a blink fest so far. Doesn't look like anything's going to be coming of it, though.
That's a win for Denial, though, because they forced Aror to defensively save Pernicus. Pernicus was already safe, but a miscommunication from Cognitive there. So now Denial have the opportunity, without Wrath of Terror online for the boys.
They have all their ults.
Cognitive. They've got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, still got Best with I'm a Monster. Don't forget, that can reset fast. We've seen that multiple times.
Shadowq being very aggressive here. It doesn't look like Denial wants to full commit yet. They want to lock in the players they need. Here comes the fight. Shadowq going to be locking in 3. Whalrus is here as well. Best just barely getting out. It's Cabom versus Shing. DJ's here as well. DJ, one more hit. Bronx finds the kill. Cabom, he's trying to fight into this, but he's caught all alone. Look at him. He's on the wrong side of the map. He's going to be falling here. Meerkat's able to stun out some, trying to save him, but he's fighting in the middle of a big pack of Denial.
Meerkat against 5. I'm a Monster connects, bringing down Shadowq thanks to Auror's wisps. BronxBomber doing what he can on the backside. They couldn't find the kill onto Cabom, who did very well to escape. Mace is chasing him for this Meerkat kill, though. Not going to find it on the backside. They're still chasing onto the Best, who has to Sentinel away. But 2 of them are together now. Macetodaface is swinging around the back here,
no
potentially.
Bombs. He has no bombs available. It's going to be real hard for him to fight into this. Whalrus full health as well. And it looks like just a general disengage. BronxBomber, he's going to get rooted out. Aror missed the pull on a rooted target. That almost would have been a guaranteed kill. But BronxBombers,
to be fair,
he's going to go play some lottery.
To people who shout out Sylvanus is missing roots, okay? I'm
not saying it's the easiest thing.
Targets, is the root range is a lot bigger than the pull range. And if you saw how fast he casted that, It was instant, and there was one sidestep that came out just before the root connected.
He's counting his lucky stars.
Give him a break.
I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying.
I just hate supports getting called out all the time.
That's because you play support.
Yeah, we work hard.
That's because I called you out in our ranked game last night.
Don't talk to me about
that was a really bad ranked game.
Doesn't matter anyway, because the best news for, but honestly, both teams there, well, really, it was for Denial's sake.
Oh, look at this.
So for Cognitive's sake, is that the goal field wasn't up, but now it is. Now the rotation for Bronx is on. Bronx is alone here. The route is huge. Teammates are here for reinforcements, so maybe they're just going to look for the re-aggression.
Yeah, Bronx going to get stunned out under his tower. Can they find the kill? Yes, Meerkat secures it with Tower Assault. And actually a great root going to lock Whalrus in place as well. Here comes Shadowq trying to keep his team alive. Shing's in the backline. Can he pop the poison? If he can pop the poison, they might be able to turn this. DJ, one more hit, and he's going to fall, but it doesn't spread.
It is going to spread. It hits the minions, which hits Meerkat. Meerkat is ticking to death. And now they can continue the chase. Owen going in deep. Shadowq trying to keep the pressure on. But they've only got Mason, a very low HP Shing, to continue this on. They will back away. The minions.
I can't believe the minions. I'm like, oh, DJ, he didn't die on his teammates, but everyone forgets the minions. They're so powerful, especially once they start exploding. You saw that go off multiple times. This is the power of Sircat we almost never get to see, but when it happens, a team fight can go from good to bad real quick.
Respect those minions indeed. Denial, though, still in a dominating position. 2k gold lead. Experience-wise, look at the grass of the experience here between the two. It's 8,000, though, in favor of Denial. The gold may not tell the whole story here.
No, the gold, I mean, it's dead even. It's just the levels for now, and DJ 3 levels behind Shing. Now 4, as Shing is the second player to hit level 20. BronxBombers 20 to Cabom's 17.
5-0-5 is Shing, though, with that Deathbringer finish, working on more crit next. However, Cognitive, they're going to start the Gold Fury again.
This isn't enough damage. This isn't enough damage. Bronx is going to be able to smell it out. Mace is here as well.
Fight here more than anything else. They're going to have to reset, you're right.
It's too risky grouping up with an Agni who's already pretty far ahead here, and it looks like Whalrus, Aror trying to lock him down. Shadowq's waiting over the wall, though. Needs to be a little bit careful here. And Cognitive Gaming, they're taking the defensive positioning.
Defensive positioning for now. Cognitive, yep, just waiting around. Meanwhile, Denial, they're thinking about starting Gold Fury up. Instead, they're going to try and find a pick. Shing's over in this duel lane, trying to keep an eye on Cabom rotating back as Denial pressure mid lane at the same time. It's a good position, but good poly mid lane onto Macetodaface, going to put pressure on, but Path of Flames away is the call of the day. He did have to use his beads there, though, which was still only rank 1. They may look for Agony.
Group up here, Shadowq trying to zone. Aror gonna get slowed here. Passive's gonna be procced, and it looks like Macetodaface gonna dump 2 bombs into the best, who's already under half. They do have Wisps to heal up, and you can see that Aror already trying to group up with the best to make sure he's gonna be full. They don't want to have their Scylla back before this team fight breaks out. They're just gonna heal her up and make sure she stays fresh. Still, Denial. They're grouping up on Gold Fury, though. They want to force the fight, but Cog's positioning so far has been phenomenal.
Keep an eye on Shing and djpernicus, because these two in the jungle, they have very similar playstyles, always looking to get around the back of teams and find the squishy targets, or even engage and then disengage and then come back in a little bit later on. They're normally the protagonists for their team. They have the similar playstyle to match it.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of 1v1s in the jungle between these two.
Yeah,
they're both going to just come around the corners on the side and be like, oh, hey, you're here? Oh, I'm here too. And then they're going to duke it out. And honestly, if one of them can just solo the other, that's a bad look for the team if you're on the losing side of that.
Whoever gets to jump in that fight more than anything else. I mean,
yes.
To be fair, the one difference is Shing does have CC. We don't have any CC on the side of djpernicus, but if he beads at the correct time, he can avoid that CC, and the trade could go either way.
Basically, can he get... It's like, can he lock Shing and execute range in time? That's one of the big things.
It's Polynomicon versus Deathbringer.
Yeah.
Basically is the big key.
It's a lot of damage versus a lot of damage.
For sure. Player damage on your screens right now, you can see Shing at 11,000. 12,000.
All the damage is pretty close, to be fair. All this damage is pretty close.
Apart from Cabom, who's very, very low down that list.
Yeah, I mean, Aror doing more damage than him right now. But Cabom has been focusing on farming. You can see that in his build. He's been able to keep basically up with BronxBombers, but Cognitive Gaming, they're starting this Gold Fury. They're behind, but they're still the one forcing the fight.
To Eagles right in the backside, going to connect with Cabom. The big focus onto him, into a ring. Cabom is locked in there as well. Trying to buy time is the team while that ring is still going on. The bird bomb comes out as well. Pulled in his mace to the face. He's going to Path of Flames away. Meerkat's going to try and chase him down. Switches attention to Shadowq on this Odin. On the backside, there's a fight between Pain Deviant. djpernicus, sorry,
and
the rest of the team, and he gets bursted down.
He's going to fall in this fight. It's going bad for Cognitive Gaming. Shing super aggressive, but meanwhile the 1v1 Mace versus Cabom. Shing's going to rotate in.
Dead.
Mace gets out. Cabom gets stunned. Cabom's going to be the one to fall. In that fight, it looked great for Cognitive Gaming. They were able to heal up repeatedly, but they dropped 2 to Denial's 1. Here comes the teleport as well. Meerkat, he's going to be fresh.
Cognitive, but watch out, Whalrus is around the back of them here. They're trying to push off Denial off this, but they don't realize Whalrus is there. They will now as TheBest is initiated and does get a good route off onto Whalrus as well. Bludgeon does connect with Aror as Meerkat is left alone. Warriors wills away, but gets chased down by Bronx, who is absolutely wrecking in damage.
Right now, Bronx is on fire. Whalrus chasing out Aror. Probably not going to be able to find the kill, but at least force him out. Denial, they can't start up the Gold Fury, though. No, they've actually changed their mind. They are going to start it up.
They can start it up. You can see Whalrus still.
That's because I'm a monster.
Can TheBest do something?
They don't have vision. They don't have vision on TheBest. TheBest could find something over the wall. Mace to the face.
You're going to try and steal him a crush. They can't reach.
Over the wall.
Oh, not enough damage to secure it. Denial, get it. He was going for the steal. Not going to find it. Maybe, though, he's going to die now. Shing pulls him in. He's going to manage to Sentinel away, but there's an Eagles rally on the backside to connect with him as well. Whalrus using it to disengage. Oh, the pull from Aror's not good, but the blink from Shadowq is, and that puts him in a ring of pain.
Yeah, and now actually over the wall, the sun's coming through, forcing Aror to the opposite side of the ring. One more hit. Bronx finds the kill. DJ dives deep, but he can't secure Shing again.
Can't find the kill onto Shing. 29 minutes in the game, and the fight's going in Denial's favor time and time again. 5k gold lead now. Fire Giant is available. Gold Fury just went down, as you can see. And now the experience is even higher. Still no members of Cognitive level 20 now.
To be fair, this game has been back and forth. It's only a 5k gold lead at 30 minutes. That's almost nothing, especially with how hard Denial has been winning the team fights and finding these picks.
You say almost nothing, but we look at the experience, and that sounds a total different
That's
story,
the big thing, right? But Denial, almost all their players are level 20. Cognitive Gaming are only closing that gap from here on now. It's not like Denial still trying to hit 20. They're already max level. The experience lead, in 5 to 6 minutes, Cognitive Gaming are going to make that worth nothing because they'll all be level 20 as well.
Well, in the mid lane, though, Shing's trying to make it worthwhile onto Best.
The crit.
The crit from BronxBombers pays off as well, just to secure the kill on Best. That's a 4v5 now. And potentially, the look for the Fire Giant is an option. They did just waste Shing's ultimate, though, but they can still keep looking.
Right now, BronxBombers is 9-1-2. Every fight he's been in, every kill he's been involved in, he's almost always secured it. And Meerkat, his ult is forced real early, scared of the damage coming out, and this is going to be a tier 1 tower for Denial.
With Best dead for 30 seconds and Meerkat ult down as well, there's no real reinitiation coming out from the side of Cognitive Gaming. Sure, they've got Wrath of Terror on Aror, but this is not going to be enough.
And Denial continuing to group up here, trying to find Aror in the jungle. Just going to counter ward for now. And once again, the two junglers getting caught off here on the side. Counter ward in favor of Shing right now. Denial, they're just kind of roaming around the map as a pack right now.
Well, at the moment, Bronx is still over in that solo lane, so he should be able to get that tier 1 tower before any rotations happen. However, djpernicus is on the way. He just placed a ward down to Bronx very wisely. He should spot him out, and maybe we'll see the fight immediately leaps away.
DJ's actually already used his illusion. Bronx could fight this, but he's scared over Auror's rotation.
Smart play to use heavily.
He's gonna back off.
They might even still get the tower from that as well. The minions might be able to bring it down. Nope, not in time, but it is in its last legs.
Right now, Shing has placed 18 wards. 18.
The whole domination of Denial is on ward side, though. You can also see Whalrus in that solo lane place a large amount too at 12. And again, they're looking for the best. Going to get some burst damage on him. That'll force him back to base. Don't think it'll be enough to kill him, unfortunately.
And look at that. 135 gold wasted by TheBest. Not only did he get forced out of mid lane and his beads get forced, but the ward he just placed immediately countered by Shing, who has now placed 20 wards, which if you combine the... Oh, fight in the middle? No, we're going to miss that.
He also stole the ward as well there, did Shing, so that works out for him as well. He almost picked up a kill and gets 100 gold for de-warding twice. Pernicus trying to pick Bronx here. Bronx is going to walk into dangerous territory. I don't think he's really far well. It's because Shing isn't here at the moment.
He's going to actually go the other way towards Mace. I like this decision. Meerkat could get caught out, and Cog, they wanted to fight, but Meerkat, he's actually caught perfectly.
Ring is going to be big, but unfortunately he's not going to be in the right position. The damage of that to hit, but the bombs in the back from Macetodaface is good. Monster does not connect with Bronx, who beats out of the slow that was applied to him. Shadowq, no ring available here, but there's an Eagles rally from the boy Whalrus.
Whalrus is here. Shadowq is here as well. The body blocks are coming through. Pernicus barely getting out of that one, but Cabom and Meerkat, they're already forced out. They do have Guan Yu heals, but it doesn't look like they're trying to defend. they're going to be backing,
Crush
and that's going to
could
be a
big
free
from
tier
the best
2.
if he can find it. He's not going to have a monster. Not going to be enough to burst him down. The tier 2 tower will fall, and I think Denial will give up with that win.
They're just going to back out of that. I mean, right now, it was only a 5K lead. It's
Oh.
almost been extended.
Oh.
Bronx! Oh, counting his lucky stars twice now in one
close,
match.
So close. Good use of it. No, be careful.
Oh. He could turn this. No, it looks
this
like
is a
Best
mistake.
is going to secure it, and Shing
gets
barely
away from the
able
ultimate
to
just in time. Pernicus not able to execute it off there. Still not used. You saw the animation, but it wasn't activated in time.
Just off by half a second there. Cognitive Gaming, they're gonna, or Denial looks like, gonna reset the map. They're aiming for Fire Giant next. You can see they've already got wards all around it here. Meerkat could get caught, but looks like Denial doesn't think they have the damage, especially with DJ waiting there.
Meerkat's tanky, but he's only physically tanky. Against magical damage, he doesn't have anything, and that's where Mace
has been blowing him up every fight.
Mace is absolutely wrecking him. On top of the Divine Ruin he's got too, which will reduce his healing even outside of the ring as well. Mace doing a good job of focusing the targets that he should be going for in these engagements, especially when they're not building defense against him.
Big thing here, Bronx is full build as well. He's got his Deathbringer, he's got his Rage.
Bronx is in a great game.
And Cog, I mean, Cabom's yet to finish his first crit item, but Fire Giant being started. It looks like Cog wants to fight though.
They do want to fight. The blinking from Aror, not going to find the pull.
That's
Unfortunately,
bad.
Shing did not ambush in the direction he was looking for.
That's bad.
Why is it bad?
Blink down and Guan Yu ultimate, those are two real important things. I mean, Aror, Cog now can't force the issue with the blink down on Aror. They have to use a defensive Ratatoskr, because if Aror tries to just walk in and Ratatoskr, he's either going to get blown up or Denial are just going to be able to walk away. You can see them knowing that these two important things are down, being very defensive, already at their tier 2. BronxBombers is going to be starting up Fire Giant and the rest of Denial on zoning duty. Meanwhile, a split push in mid lane.
Yeah, it's a good call. Shing's going to draw people mid, and then can just ambush away if he needs to. Meanwhile, like you said, Fire Giant is still being done right now by the.
It's already under half.
It's going to slowly
no
get
one's even
dropped
close.
down. Nobody can get close. They know it's going on though. They're trying to commit. Whalrus is coming too. And on the backside, Pernicus is there going to look for Bronx. He takes to the sky, forcing the reset onto the Fire Giant, but the fight is for Pern.
And they actually know exactly where he is. You see that mark. He's going to dash away. Shing turning his sights to the best. The best dashes down, but it's Shadowq zoning out 3 in the back. As Denial turn their attention.
Big bombs from Mace. He's going to really destroy the side of Cognitive Gaming. Shing does finally find Pernicus monster on the backside. Is he going to connect? Not enough to bring down a kill. And Whalrus takes out Cabom. And the tree is now surrounded.
Aror, he's slowed in place. 5 members of Denial surrounding him. Double kill for Whalrus. Denial have blown this game wide open. 4 dead. The best has no ult. And they're going to be securing this Fire Giant. Denial, it's their game to lose right now.
North America is just so competitive right now. It almost hurts my heart to say that, because I'm not used to saying North America is this competitive, but the fact that 7 teams in the SPL could potentially go to LAN at this stage was not something I would have expected.
Both of these teams have taken games off TSM as well, and Eager. I mean, it's a battle. It is a battle.
It is a battle. But then again, both lost to Enemy.
Yeah, and so Enemy, the big surprise too.
These teams all are in contention for it. Middle Phoenix gonna fall down here.
Shing's blink is up. He's not going to attack this Phoenix. He wants to stay out of combat to try and lock down Best. The Best, his bead and Aegis are up, so he should be fine.
Good beads, preemptively. He beads, but no, didn't actually land it. They will get the Phoenix as well. Denial will head back to base here, potentially pick up the Gold Fury on the way home, as well as a few buffs in the enemy's jungle. But after that fight at the Fire Giant there, it just went so well for Denial that there's almost no way to lose this now.
I mean, they can, right? I mean, Cognitive Gaming, they still have Ao Kuang. If Ao Kuang can find an important target. But right now, the big difference for me is the disparity in the hunters. Shing actually being aggressive, though. Aror caught in place. Cog, they might want to fight this, it looks like. But no, they're trying to back out. The Best, he's going to be locked down by Whalrus. Shadowq jumping in. There comes the ring. DJ's locked in. Meerkat's locked in. And now he's getting low. DJ the first to fall.
No, double kill does get picked up by Best. Can he find another? Not this time round. Very low on health. Aegis. Bird Bomb connects from the backside to bring him down. Shadowq with the help of Bronx trying to chase after Aror here. Macetodaface in path 2 will have a stun soon.
There's nowhere for him to go. Aurora, he's going to be locked down. It's a matter of time at this point. One more hit. Bronx going to get, I believe, his 11th kill of the match. And with 2 Phoenixes down and only Cabom to defend, it looks like Denial, they're trying to end it.
Yeah, respawns are very long. The quickest up is going to be djpernicus in 30 seconds. Cabom does not have his ultimate available here right now. Don't know how long left on it till it is available, but all they've got to do is turn away. And Denial, they should make this a 1-1.
I mean, there's two fire waves pouring through. The bird bomb's there. Cabom, he's finally finished his first crit item, and he just got eliminated.
Yep, falls down for the deicide. Denial take the game. They draw it level at 1-1 in this set and take a small lead in the standings over Cognitive.
Just one. They have one game up above them, but that set was fantastic. We don't see too many splits, but when we do, especially in the way these games went, right? They weren't super contentious. It was kind of one team just shutting down the others. This game, though, maybe a little bit more contentious, right? Because even though Denial were winning fights, they weren't up that much in gold.
Not particularly. I mean, his first blood on the screen for you as well. As you see, that was actually from game 1, I believe. We saw that one.
That was game 1.
That was game 1. Don't worry. We saw it. Shout outs to the guys in production. Blame Janus.
No! It's...
Blame Janus. Here's the real game 2 version of that. And to be fair, it was the same two gods fighting in the lane. This time around, though, Bellona.
More importantly, though, it was a solo kill. Not something we see too often.
We're starting to see it more. Like, we went for a long period where we didn't see any solo kills at all. But this last split, we've said it a lot of times in cast where we're like, hey, solo kills. They're happening.
There was two big names for me in this game, though. Everyone on Denial played well, but it was Shing's early aggression. And then after Shing got them the lead, BronxBombers showed up for team fights. You saw the huge 500+ damage crits coming through. He didn't even have Deathbringer online. He was able to lock down the important targets, and when Aror got a little bit too aggressive, even able to take out him.
Bronx knew what he was supposed to do. That's the big key here. Very aggressive throughout the fight. He knew when to stay in a fight and when he could get out of one as well. Good use of his escape more often than not necessarily for aggression, but just to reposition in the engagements and realizing there's the Mark of the Crows going off into good plays time and time again, honestly, throughout the whole game.
Yeah, and Mark of the Crow is so important against djpernicus, although we didn't see it used that effectively because they had other measures to deal with him, including a ton of dots. I mean, anytime DJ came close to him, throws on the mark, and he's not too worried about the damage coming out.
On top of that, when you've got an Odin that's going to drop down a ring and you can just rain the suns down, for me, that whole game was Denial looking great as a team.
Yes.
Whalrus did very well early game in the solo. Shing, great play in the jungle for him. Macetodaface's agony was good. The whole team was good that game.
Yep. And we do actually have, I believe, he's the captain of Denial Esports. Shadowq is on the line. How you doing, Shadowq?
Hey, pretty good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Not so bad. So the Odin pick, talk to me about that. Was it planned at the initial start that you were going to look at Odin, or was it just based off their picks that you thought we should pick Odin here?
No, it wasn't really planned to begin with. It was basically because of the comp they drafted. We were able to pick our support super late in there, and they already had Medusa, and that was really who we were targeting, but it also worked well with people like Sylvanus and a lot of people on their team already, so kind of just worked out all around.
So with the recent patch, we've seen numerous items reworked, Mail of Renewal, Bluestone, and some big nerfs to Ao Kuang. You guys actually let that through. Have you prepared? Was that your plan, was to give them Ao Kuang and then counter it?
We didn't want to give Pern Circuit, and Shing Circuit is really good as well. We're not too scared of Ao Kuang on Pern, honestly, as we are like his Circuit. His Circuit's really scary.
Makes sense. I mean, he's picked up
So the plan was to deny that instead, and let us better gut through.
So with the Odin pick as well, I'm just going to go back to that in a weird sort of segue. We've seen a lot of things today about potentially more healers coming out. Will we see more healers you expect in the next coming weeks from you guys and, from the SPL? And will we see more like, the likes of like Alpwashes and Osiris to counter those healers?
It's really hard to say because some of the reasons that healers aren't picked are kind of like the fundamental faults of them, but some might slip through here and there. We'll have to do some testing for sure. I mean, we don't have anything necessarily planned yet.
Isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, so everyone's still asking the questions, as are we. And you guys at the forefront of the Pro League, we always like to know what you guys are thinking about the patch and where the meta might shift to.
So next match moving forward, you have Elevate, who have yet to find a win. What are your plans going into this one? How do you expect this to turn out?
I think we can 2-0 them for sure.
Okay.
Confident position. Is there
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at the NA this season, did you expect to be in the position you're at right now? Because you're further down the rankings than most people would have expected you to be. We would expect like 4th or 5th, but it seems very close in North America. Does it feel like that to you guys as well?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of competition in NA right now.
Okay, I think that's going to be it for us, though. Any shout-outs or comments before you let you go, Shadow?
Shout-outs to the troops overseas. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in, Shadowq. Great performance by him and his team as well. And with that, well, North American standings, they shook up a little again.
Once again, sitting at the top, though, still undefeated, AFK Gaming, enemy the surprise team in North America at 7-3, but a big battle, really, for that 4th to 7th spot, all within one win of each other.
Honestly,
right now.
It's like 2nd to 7th is very, very close. Very close.
A big reminder to you all, Smite World Championship only about 4 months away. You can go online at swc.smitegame.com. $1 million on the line for 10 teams in 5 regions, but that's just for PC. There's also the Xbox Finals as well, $150,000 on the line for 4 teams, I believe, and 2 regions. So a lot of competition coming out. It's going to be great. Don't miss it. Make sure to pick up your ticket ASAP.
Last year, a lot of people had a lot of fun. Goodie bags are given out there as well. Make sure you get your tickets soon because they will start selling out quick.
But we have more action. Today was only Thursday. There's 4 days of action tomorrow. It's really the Titans of not of North America, of the SPL facing off.
Yeah, Titan versus Paradigm going to kick things off for Europe, and then rounding out that day with AFK versus TSM. If there's any SPL Smite you watch this weekend, be here tomorrow because they will be very big games and could potentially decide some things and how they're going to settle in the region.
Some other strong games later as well. TSM taking on Enemy. Maybe a battle for 2nd seed in North America. Could be pretty interesting. That's going to do it. That's going to be it for the Smite Pro League. Hinduman and I want to thank you for showing up, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.